Hey everybody, what's up? I keep getting messages and comments about the HP OMEN 45L gaming desktop. Everyone's talking about it, and honestly I was curious to see if all the hype was justified. I've been putting it through a couple of my favorite games and a few creative apps, so I thought it'd be worth sharing what I found. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the build quality of the 45L feels solid without being over the top. The chassis is a brushed aluminum front with tempered glass side panels, which gives it a sleek look on a desk while still allowing you to peek at the internal components when you're in the mood to show off. The thing about the OMEN line is they've made the internals easier to access. No need for a full-size screwdriver set, just a quick slide of the side panel and you're in. That's a nice touch if you like swapping out storage or adding a new GPU down the line. Performance-wise, the 13th Gen Intel Core i7-13700KF paired with the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4070 hits a sweet spot for both hardcore gaming and content creation. I ran Cyberpunk 2077 at 144 Hz in 1440p with ray tracing on, and the frame rate stayed smooth, no sudden dips. When I switched gears to video editing in Adobe Premiere, the rendering times were noticeably faster compared to my old setup. What used to take 10 minutes dropped to about 6. That's the kind of real-world benefit you feel when you finally upgrade a machine that was holding you back. The 16 GB of Kingston Fury DDR5 memory feels a bit modest on paper, but in practice it's more than enough for multitasking. I was able to keep a browser with a dozen tabs, my Discord chat, and a game running simultaneously without any hiccups. For anyone who streams from the same machine they game on, that extra bandwidth makes a difference, especially when you throw in the extra cores that the i7-13700KF brings to the table. Storage is another area where this desktop shines. A 1 TB solid-state drive gives you plenty of room for a sizable game library, and the SSD's read/write speeds shave seconds off load times. I noticed the difference the first time I launched a fresh install of a demanding title like Assassin's Creed Valhalla. The world loaded almost instantaneously, which is a nice way to keep immersion intact. Plus, if you ever need more space, you can easily add another drive because the case has generous mounting options. One of the quieter surprises is the audio handling. The HP OMEN includes DTS-X Ultra built-in, which gives you a decent surround experience without needing a separate sound card. I tried a few indie games with rich soundscapes, and the positional audio helped me locate enemies more accurately. Even in non-gaming scenarios, like watching movies or listening to music, the sound feels richer than what you'd get from a standard laptop speaker. The inclusion of Windows 11 Pro is a subtle but useful upgrade. With its built-in virtual desktop capabilities, I could separate my work environment from my gaming one without having to spin up a separate VM. That way, I can keep business emails and spreadsheets tucked away while my GPU is fully dedicated to gaming sessions. It also adds some extra security features if you're worried about ransomware or other threats. Now, no product is perfect, so let's talk about the few things that might hold you back. The price point is definitely on the higher side. If you're on a tight budget, there are other builds that can deliver similar performance for less, especially if you're willing to assemble the parts yourself. Another thing to keep in mind is the size. The 45L is a full-tower desktop, which means it needs a decent amount of space on your desk or floor. If you have a compact workspace, you might need to rethink placement. Overall, the strengths of this machine really stand out. The combination of a powerful CPU and a capable RTX 4070 graphics card means you'll get high frame rates without compromising visual fidelity, and the easy-access chassis makes upgrades straightforward. The SSD speed and DDR5 memory keep things snappy for everyday tasks, and the built-in audio and Windows 11 Pro features add layers of convenience you don't always get in a pre-built. On the flip side, the cost and the larger footprint are the main considerations that could make you look at alternatives. So, if you're looking for a desktop that can handle modern games at high settings, stream smoothly, and still be a solid workstation for creative work, the HP OMEN 45L is definitely worth a look. Thanks for hanging out and listening to my rundown. If you're interested, the link is below. Take care and catch you in the next video.